Hey everybody, TrinfiniteX here, back with some more Mega Man Zero. So, last time we wrapped up the game, but I feel like it was more of a practice run. So this time I'm going to do the game again, but I'm going to do 100% of it. Now that I've got some more practice. The game is not terribly difficult to 100%, you just have to know where everything is. Plus, why not show off Indie Creates' excellent sprite work one more time? I figure this game's worth playing at least once more. I knew we shouldn't have left it to him. Still can't dodge slow-moving lemons. It's because it's in 2D, right? There's no left or right in 2D for him to go in. Seal, stop daydreaming. Apparently Passy's power is to remove barriers and activate Reploids. The ability to wake things up. I'll bet that scream was cringeworthy, just as much as X4's, what am I fighting for? Okay. So anyway, here we are. Now, I'm going to try and get, as best I can, at least a reasonably high score. This Cyber Elf. There's a Cyber Elf right here in the beginning, in the opening stage, that you can miss. This game is actually full of missable Cyber Elves. That one right there, you have to make sure you turn back in order to get another one of those spider nests. It is super easy to miss that one. Like, I didn't actually get it in my first run. Thankfully, there's not much grinding involved for Cyber Elves. There's a ton of grinding involved for E-Crystals, but almost none for the Cyber Elves. They usually involve just turning back like once or twice to get an extra copy of an enemy. But if you don't get them, you basically can't get them later, so it's a bit of a trade-off. I'm not sure I personally agree with that design decision, because that leads to a lot of double-checking your list to make sure that you got every cyber elf in a stage or mission, because you absolutely cannot get it later. But of course that clashes with trying to get a nice high rank, because you're rated on damage and speed and everything like that. So you have to... This seems like a hard boss. Well, not now that a strange cyber elf person gave us this. Now it's an easy boss. The hard part is not hitting seal, because you can do that, and that counts against your mission. Now, I still don't understand how a Reploid can have hibernation sickness. By the way, how's it going, Avalon? Good to see you. This is making you want to play Cave Story. I actually haven't played Cave Story, but I have seen bits of it. It seemed like a pretty clever game. One that I might get into if I ever have time. Because they have a million remakes of Cave Story, don't they? Like on basically every system. Oh, I will. Trust me, Avalon. I research every game that I play on this stream. I research before I get it. 'Cause I mean, that's just sort of, that's how I do gaming in general. Like, I don't just buy something and play it completely blind when I have no idea what's in it. I just don't like to spend my money that way. Anyway, got 100 points. A pretty good improvement, I would say, over my first run. This 100% run shouldn't be that bad at all. Should go by in 2 streams. Again, all of this really just... I don't want to say it's all just buying time for Ori 2, but, because Zero, you know, the Zero series is pretty good, and I do want to show it off, but, as soon as Ori 2 gets here on March 11th, you can be sure I'm going to stream it as soon as my next availability comes along. So again, all of this is referring to the X series, the plot of the Mega Man X series. Dr. Light creates Mega Man X at some point to be a sentient robot with free will, which eventually becomes known as a Reploid. And he wakes up 100 years after the original Mega Man series, and he partners with Zero here. and he fights Mavericks. That is, Reploids who have decided that they're better than humans and that they shouldn't have to serve the humans. Well, naturally, that must make them, rogues that must be shut down and destroyed. Hence, Mavericks. X and Zero are Maverick hunters. They hunt all sorts of Mavericks the whole time. X complains and whines and is like, well, but why do Reploids have to fight other Reploids in the name of humanity? Can't we all just get along and live in peace? Well, yeah, X complains, and eventually, war after war happens. Zero goes into cold sleep because for some reason he thinks that's helpful. And X apparently gets his way eventually. He creates Neo Arcadia and everybody's living in peace, or until an energy crisis hits. And then once again, Reploids are persecuted because they need energy. And humans want energy too. And since they can't share, yeah. So Zero gets woken up here by Seal, who's trying to find a solution to the energy crisis, but also who just wants everybody to live in peace together. So now X is apparently the villain. Well, sort of X, as we find out later. Apparently, E-crystals are the way of the future. Yeah, has he considered building nuclear plants? I don't know how this works. Energy crystals, which, by the way, serve as our currency in this game, as you can see in the top right. That's apparently all everyone has. I don't know what these crystals are, or like, how they're helpful as a energy source. Like, maybe they're like maybe it's kind of like arc reactors from the Marvel universe, like Tony Stark's arc reactors, and like you need a palladium, and you use them like palladium cores or something. And it's like, sure, we could use, nuclear energy, but it's not enough. Like, maybe, for all we know, like, Neo Arcadia probably does use some amount of nuclear energy, but maybe it's not enough for Reploids. Like, they have to have arc reactors or something. Anyway, I did research on exactly how much E-crystal grinding capture another solar system's sun in a jar. GG. Yeah, going to space does seem like an answer. Maybe making a partial Dyson sphere around our sun probably work out better. But I don't know, like, humanity tends to grow pretty complacent pretty quickly. When they're at peace, they don't want to put out too much effort. But that would be a solution. Anyway, so this is a brief demonstration of the best way to grind in this game. Just sit here in front of this thing and do this all day. It's not just good for grinding E-crystals, though, the blue power-ups. Each of our weapons here has different stars. You can see at the bottom of the screen, Buster Shot, and it has like 1 out of 3 stars. Same thing with the Z-Saber. Here we go. Oh my gosh, why was it? Yeah, the Z-Saber here has 2 out of 7 because we just now learned a skill. that lets us do a double slash now. And if we do this long enough, we'll get a triple slash, a charge slash, and I found out recently the jump slash, if we actually just do the jump, like a jump slash often enough, we learn the jump slash faster, and if we do a dash slash to kill things, we'll learn the dash, the rolling dash move faster as well. I thought you had to learn them in a certain sequential order by just repeating the same attack. I didn't realize that the type of attack you do actually separately levels up different moves. But either way, that takes a long time. That's a lot of grinding that I don't intend to show you on stream. Instead, I'm going to quickly revisit this stage only to show you the cyber elves that I did not pick up for the sake of speed. Like, see right here. This is incredibly useful over just the standard jump slash. This is a move Zero has in the X series. The spinning jump slash here. It has a Japanese name, but I forgot how to pronounce it, how to say it, or I would say it that way. But just having this all-around coverage is extremely nice. But there's one cyber elf behind you at the starting area that I did not get at first, even though I could have easily gotten it because I didn't want to sacrifice speed in order to get it. The ones in bottles are typically ones you can just come back to, so this cyber elf up here, for example, I could have also gotten. It's just in a bottle here. But again, speed, because that counts on our score. I'm going to try to get S ranks on everything, or at least A ranks, but no promises. In any event, so my goal here with this playthrough is effectively as follows. This game offers a pretty decent amount of replay value. If you collect all of the cyber elves and level them up, but you don't use any of them, you get another hidden cyber elf when you start a new game plus. And the new cyber elf has actually a really broken ability that is basically Sting Chameleon from X1. It literally just lets you become invincible for like 10 seconds. Anyway, it's really fun, but here's the real point of this is that if you do this and then you raise up the final cyber elf and all the cyber elves, like if you then use all of them, you unlock ultimate mode, which allows you to use all the cyber elves without any penalty to your score. That's the goal. So collect all the cyber elves is effectively 100%ing the game. The amount of E-crystals you need for that is pretty insane. It's let's see, I think it's 20, it's like 23,000 or something, but you can only hold 9,999 at a time. So you have to grind to max twice and a little extra. That's ridiculous. So, and it's like, that's a ridiculous amount of padding that takes hours to get through. I do not intend to subject my audience to that, so I have preloaded files. By the way, this door only opens if you have an S or A rank. You can go into Seal's room back here and get another cyber elf. Some cyber elves are found in bottles and others drop from enemies. So anyway, so she's gonna talk for a second, but you'll see this dialogue again. Hold on. Actually, looks like it's gonna make me, that's fine, I'll restart and load. So, I have a save file prepared with well, here's her dialogue first. But anyway, I have this save file prepared with all the grinding done in advance. So no need for any of that on screen because, no joke, it took an hour and a half to get 9,999 E-crystals. An hour and a half of just standing there in front of that one spider nest enemy doing, I swear, nothing but standing there and attacking those little spiders as they come out. Absolutely nothing but that for an hour and a half. That's how long it takes to get a little less than half of what you need to level everything up. An hour and a half just to get of nothing but tedium just to get half of what you need. So, be glad that I did that off stream. In the process, I maxed out the Z-Saber and the Buster. So, this should go way better than my first attempt at the disposal center. Yep, there's a cyber elf right there. And we're about to get another one right here. Yep. I already have all the skills unlocked, so this super helpful spin slash in the air. Already have it. I'm going to try and get a decent rank, but even if I don't get a decent rank, I have a save file after this already prepared as well. Because again, my goal is to show this game with as little grinding on stream as possible. Like, I really don't want to grind as possible. Like, that's why the title is 100% padless. Because you guys shouldn't have to sit through it. That was bad. Oh, come on. That one guy. This rain is actually pushing me. And this thing is causing it. There we go. Dropping right on my head. Of course. There we go. There we go. Got that cyber elf. Now there are 2 cyber elves I did not get because they're in bottles, and I will come back to this area later because this is the closest to a Metroidvania that the Mega Man series ever really got. So there are certain ones that are hidden that we can come and get later. Most of the areas in this game, except for the lab and Neo Arcadia, are actually interconnected. So, going into Aztec Falcon without full health is not recommended. This guy, I swear, is the real final boss of this game right here. If you don't know what you're doing, this guy will destroy you, especially on S rank. I have found some tricks, however, since last time for dealing with him. Let's see if this goes any better than my first run. Starting off with a Buster Shot. And a Charge Saber attack. And now he's in the middle of the room. Oh, okay. No, he just wants... Okay, he's gonna be difficult. But I got him. There we go. At this point in the game, you don't have much health, and contact damage with a boss kind of sucks. Which is what makes Aztec Falcon so hard, is because his electricity doesn't really act like electricity. It kind of sticks in the wall when he does his shots. And he dashes around a lot. And he's pretty big in this tiny room. Yeah, exactly. He jumps around a lot. And that makes him difficult to avoid. And so the contact damage kind of sucks. But yeah, erratically, I swear, I still don't know what this guy's pattern actually is, or if he has one. Like, I know he does, but it's just kind of tough to figure out. You're right about him being erratic, though, Avalon. He is by far the hardest boss in this game, simply for that fact alone, that he just hurts so much at this stage of the game where you don't have very much health. And I defeated him with Charge Slash. Remember, it takes a while to unlock the Charge Slash that I was using to defeat him. Okay, and if you imagine trying to do Aztec Falcon if you don't have that. It's really tough. It's very brutal for beginning players. You want to grind super early in this game. Like, you basically want to start the game, play the opening mission, and then grind for an hour and a half, because if you don't, it's very hard to get past this mission and the first mission that you choose. After that, the game's pretty easy. Anyway, so this wasn't the best showing, but it was pretty decent. I was a little slow and took a little too much damage, but all in all, 95 is still S rank, still a hero. So she's super grateful that we've destroyed basically the giant trash compactor that was the disposal center. We get the escape unit, which allows us to escape from any mission early if we desire to, but that will really screw things up, so we're not going to do that. Like, if you actually escape from a mission, it jumps to the end and skips all the missions and just sends you straight to Neo Arcadia, which is bad. It's definitely not a good idea to abort a mission ever. So, like, it's great for speedrunning, I guess, but it's horrible for actually playing the game and experiencing it all the way through. Anyhow, so I'm going to briefly show off the cyber elves that let's go through the front door, actually. It's probably smarter. Oh. I'm going to briefly show off the two cyber elves that I did not get going through that stage. I got one for killing the little blue guardian guys. One for killing enough of the spiky wheel dudes that roll around everywhere. Also, I can do this. And I got one for killing those pillars that come out of the ground, those purple spiky emplacements. However, there are two located in bottles. One is over there on a hook on a platform that you actually cannot reach. And I'm holding here on this wall because I want the Cyber Elf to float down to where I am. And then I'm going to go up and then jump off of the edge here to grab it once it's low enough. So like this, and I got it. And there's one more in a bottle coming up in just a moment. Anyway, how have you been, Avalon? You having a good day? Keeping up with your exercises and all that? You said this is making you want to play Cave Story, but what have you actually been playing? There's the other one. So we're just gonna wait for that to float down to us here. Ah, okay. Been slacking off, have you? But you've been reading instead. Alright. Well, reading is good. I don't do nearly enough of that. Unless it's video game script. This right here is the second best grinding spot in the game. Just literally go back and forth and farm these guys. But it does require a little more effort than just standing there in front of the little tiny spiders in the first area. Yeah, just a couple books. Books aren't really my thing either. There's plenty of video game stories to experience and read and stuff, and honestly, I consider video games to be quite literally the highest form of art available because it engages all the senses and requires interaction and input from the player, which is what distinguishes it from, like, say, a movie. But, like, for me, like, the more forms of art you combine in one, like, the higher the art form. So, like, music is a wonderful form of art, but if you combine music with, say, a picture or a motion picture, you get a movie. You know, like, because painting a painting or or photography is an art form too. But if you take videos, yeah, video games are a technical marvel. They are. And I think they're the highest form of art. We're going to go back to the Resistance base. Like, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then what's a motion picture worth? Lots more. Combine that with good music, and what do you get? You get a movie. And so that's a higher art form because it involves both, video and music, which are both perfectly good art forms on their own, but if you combine them, they're a higher form of art. Combine that, and then, like, writing, same thing. Like, if you have a movie with a good story, that combines another art form into it. And then combine that also with interactivity, and you get a video game. Thus, a higher and higher form of art. With the more you combine the different art forms together. So books, to me, are kind of an outdated form of art. Like, they're perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with books. Okay, don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying, I was sort of raised on video games, and so books to me are kind of like, but why? They're not as stimulating or as interesting as video games, and I don't think they ever can be. But that's just me. Anyway, so, real quick, These cyber elves right here, like, think this one right here is like 750 E crystals to level up. You can only use their abilities once you've leveled them up. And more importantly, for 100%'s purposes, we have to level them all up in order to get the rare cyber elf on our next playthrough. So 750 for this one. There's 4 copies of an elf similar to it. This one is a copy of this one, but this one hasn't been raised. There's a bunch of large elves in this game, and that's more and more grinding. Now, I do have 999 right now. I could do it, or I could save us even more time by loading yet another pre-saved file that I already have here, where I literally just leveled those up and grinded back up to 999. Again, my goal is to show off this game with as little grinding as possible, with as little of you guys having to see the grinding as possible. So, in this file, I have already beaten the disposal center and leveled up all of the larger cyber elves that I have, and yet I still have 9,999 E crystals. So I did all the leveling and the grinding off stream. So now we're ready for our first mission now that we've cleared the disposal center. I believe I got like a 97 on the disposal center in this file. Still S rank. I mean, that's basically 2 points higher than what I just did. So if we do retrieve data, that area where we can destroy the little spiders is permanently locked off from us. So that's the best grinding spot in the game that you can immediately... Think about this. The best grinding spot in the game immediately becomes inaccessible after a mission that you can do basically right away. That's not really the best game design when it takes an hour and a half of the grinding at the best spot just to get half of what you need to have 100%. This game is a great Metroidvania, but it does lack polish, and that lack of polish is showing right here in this. So actually the best thing you can do is probably destroy the train first, because it's the hardest one. On this list that we have available right now, this is easily the hardest one. So she wants us to destroy this train and get the cargo. It does have the best music of the opening stages, though. Also, they stole a cyber elf from us, and we have to get it back. Well, from the Resistance, that is. Seal is the head of the Reploid Resistance, full of Reploids who really don't want to die so that humans can have their energy. Unsurprisingly. So these things that are rolling around on the ground here, we need to make sure we kill an extra one of those because it has a cyber elf in it. The amount of use you will get out of the spinning slash here in this stage is incredible. Like, seriously. We got a cyber elf there. This ability cannot be understated or underestimated at all. Make sure you get that one up above. Yes, you can cut those exposed wires that are swinging around. And that's actually a great example of good level design right here. There's a lot of variety in this game. I need to switch to Thunder Element. So we got the Lightning Element chip from beating Aztec Falcon. And wouldn't you know it, it happens to be very handy at killing this mid-boss, and the boss we're about to face at the end of this stage. This is actually a really good Metroidvania. It's just unpolished in a few areas because Mega Man typically doesn't do Metroidvanias. Like, this is not the classic formula for Mega Man games. So anyway, this stage has a lot of Cyber Elves in it. 7. That's more, I think, than any other stage. Oh, whoops. Okay, so we need to kill a bunch of these guys, and these guys. Ah, whoa. So I'm going to turn back and get one more of those guys. And then I'm going to turn back and get a bunch of these flying guys. The respawn of enemies, as you can see, like there's... I can respawn these guys a lot, very easily. Like, enemies respawn off screen at a very close distance. So this right here, this is another boss that really sucks, because he can literally push you up into the ceiling with these pistons on the ground and just insta-kill you. So, it's really frustrating. See, like that? Okay. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. That's bad. Like that. See? That right there, super cheap. A boss with an insta-kill move. Now, I forget. Do I keep the Cyber Elves I collected or not? And just in case you're wondering, yes, I do have a save file with me already having beaten this boss and cleared this stage in one go. And leveled up the Cyber Elves. So that you don't have to witness too much grinding on screen. Let me double check to make sure that I actually keep all the Cyber Elves. It sure looks like I do, because he's not dropping any, so I'm gonna say that's a yes. The lightning element is extremely useful here because it stuns all those enemies and keeps them from attacking. So let's see if I can beat this now. And then I'll just load my save file that has this already beaten. Why the train has 3 health bars instead of the usual 2, I have no idea. Getting a little closer. Take a hit there. There we go. Okay. I missed one hit on the previous run that kind of screwed me over. And we get the Cyber Elf that was stolen from the base. And there we go. So, I did real bad on that because I died and had to retry, so that messed up my time and my damage taken. But if I hadn't died, I would have done much, much better. And easily gotten an S rank, so we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen and load my other save file, which is basically just that. So Cyber Elves are sentient computer programs, which is something that the X series did not have. So the X series was all about, basically sentient robots called Reploids, and like the whole struggle with them being, sentient and having free will and all that, but at the same time basically being enslaved to humans anyway. And now there's sentient computer programs, which I suppose is the next logical step, called cyber elves. And cyber elves don't really seem to care very much, despite the fact that they die after using their ability, which doesn't make much sense either, because then how do they exist at all? They never really fully explain cyber elves. At least, not in this game. They do explain a bit more in the next 2 games, but for now, they're a bit of a mystery as to where they come from and how they exist. So, down here, I have a save file where I've already cleared the train mission with an S rank just by not dying to the boss once. Because that boss is... I mean, seriously, a boss with a one-hit kill move. How fair is that? Like, that's you will not find any other Mega Man game that I know of where the boss has an insta-kill move that just pushes you into the ceiling into a spike trap and just kills you. Anyway, so this file, I've already, you'll notice I'm not at 9,999 E-crystals. However, I do have all the cyber elves you're supposed to collect, and I have them all leveled up. This one is like 3,000 something to level up in total. It's like a 2-stager. Yeah, and it's 3,500 exactly, actually, to level this up, so that's a huge chunk out of the way. 5,000 is a little short. Yeah, 5,000's a little bit short, though. Also, actually, before we even do that, before we do anything else, I believe we have a weapon to pick up. From this guy, the Resistance's engineer. Seal's a scientist, but this guy's an engineer. Doesn't... I'm going through all his text. Oh, no, wait. Actually, in order to get the triple rod, I think we actually have to do retrieve the data, which permanently locks out our grinding spot. Well, okay then. So this guy is sitting in the way, and for some reason, and no, because this is a 2D game, Zero can't walk around him. We have to give him 250 E-crystals for him to get up off the ground. And the reason we want him to do that is because back here is a room with a cyber elf in it. And we need that. The cyber elves in this game, like, again, some of them you get from enemy drops, but the ones that you don't, the ones that are hidden in bottles, some of them are pretty well hidden, actually. Oops. No. Down we go. So I'm going to go to the underground laboratory, and we're going to grind for just a little bit. Not very long. But I want to have about 6,000 at least, like, before I lose my really good grinding spot. I would very much like to get closer to back to 9,999. Because once you lose access to this, the second best grinding spot takes even longer to grind at. So I would like very much to not have to use that very much if I can. So we're just going to do this for a couple minutes, about 5-6 minutes of this. Just enough to make you thankful that I didn't show you all a whole hour and a half of this. So how's it going? What books, actually, that's an excellent question. What book are you currently reading then, Avalon? Like, if you've been slacking off from your exercise, what have you been slacking off for? Oh, Shakespeare. Julius Caesar. Ooh, okay. Classical, huh? I rather tell you what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. And of course, everyone's favorite line, et tu, Brute. Spiders aren't really my favorite thing either. Does that mean it's good that I'm killing them, or would you rather not see them at all? Not that technically these are not spiders, by the way. Like, if you look, you can't hardly see them, but they're actually just little jumping mechanical spiders. Yeah, like, they're not real spiders. But yeah, Julius Caesar's a nice classic. It's honestly, in my opinion, Julius Caesar is kind of a better, like, Julius Caesar and Romeo and Juliet are probably like the two best works of William Shakespeare. Like, all his other stuff is kind of eh. But Romeo and Juliet's a classic, and Julius Caesar's just good. It's a good take on a historical event. Ooh, that was a lot right there. Sometimes he gives you a lot, sometimes he gives you nothing. Anyway, how much do I have? Oh my gosh, only 5,400. Like I said, this area is completely blocked off later, so there's no way to come back here later, which is a shame. I wish I had a little more time. I would have, if I had more time, I would have ground this out off stream. But it's rough. Going for 100% in this game is just rough. Okay, not much more of this. I'm not going to subject you guys to too much more of this. I'll just have to settle for the second best grinding spot after a bit here. But yeah, just imagine doing this for an hour and a half. It gets pretty boring pretty quick. Yeah, okay. We'll get a couple more and call it. If it'll drop a few more. Alright. Close enough. I'll get more later. But every little bit I can grind is helpful. Because it's less that I have to do later. So we'll go ahead and not fear clearing this area now. Actually, we kind of need the triple rod for rescuing, for finding the down shuttle, so we kind of have to do this area next. Okay, Seal. Give us the mission. So we'll go ahead and save right now. We'll save. Yeah, we'll save here. We'll just save over the first one. We don't need it anymore. And retrieve data. Actually, I mean, we could do Occupy Factory next. No point. We'll do retrieve data now because I want the triple rod. The triple rod is super. It's useful for exactly one thing, and it happens to be very important. So there's potentially very important information on me or Zero back in that area. And now we are going to be tasked with going back there and retrieving that information. Do some 6 spins on our way there. These things kind of suck. So let's go ahead and equip the Thunder Element because we're going to want that for the boss up here. He's also weak to the Thunder Chip. We need to kill more of those bombs. Yeah, we need to kill more of these. So I'm actually going to just kill a couple of those to make sure we get enough. These tanks up here on the ceiling are also important to kill a certain number of. There we go, there's one. Ah, I didn't see him in time. Man, getting low damage on this stage is gonna suck. Oh, what? He can fire 2 shots? Ah, that's unfortunate. Need to kill a certain number of those tanks before we can call it a mission. There it is. Come here. Okay, boss time. So that's 2 cyber elves right there. And now we get 1 from killing the boss, I believe. So he's downloaded our data. We have to kill him in order to get it. Oh, that's his S-rank attack right there, the little boomerang. Probably not going to get an S-rank anymore on this. Ah, didn't jump at the right time. Stupid boomerangs. Oh, aw. And we traded death blows. Dang it. No, let's just reset from saved game. That way we can get an S rank. So I'm not quite as polished at these missions. Because I haven't had time to practice them. So, oh no, not find shuttle, wrong one. Retrieve data. There we go. So I'm pretty sure we get the 4 cyber elves total. I know where we get 2 from the enemies. We get 1 from a hidden area up here. We can't kill these blue spinny things, by the way. Trying to take less damage where possible. Ah, that wasn't taking less damage. There we go. Get rid of that. I am being impatient. And also not getting any health drops at all. Yeah, okay. That was bad. I rushed ahead too much. Those dumb little tanks. You know what I should be doing? I should be stunning those blue electric things. That's what I should be doing. I should be using my thunder chip to actually stun those things. No problem, man. Okay, but this time, we can stun those things, and that's what I should have been doing all along. We can actually stun them like that. It doesn't get rid of their attack. Ah. But... oh, what? I was in range for that? Ah. Was not game. Can sort of get around them easier. A stupid bullet forced me into it. Get out of here. Man. Taking way too much damage. I shouldn't be taking this much damage. And nothing is dropping health. Okay, there we go. I actually did better on my first run than on preceding runs here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't believe I didn't die there. Let's get that cyber elf and get out of here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's try this guy again. Forgot all about his S rank attack. All the bosses have additional attacks if you're an S rank. Oh, 2 boomerangs. That's mean. Oh, what? And rolling at point blank. How am I supposed to avoid that when he does 2 of them? Urgh. Okay, now I'm just going to practice. Doing 100% in this game is actually kind of hard. Just because you can't use any of the cyber elves. Man, I mean, it's a pretty simple attack to jump over, but for some reason, I am just not jumping over it. Get to the corner. There we go. This guy's pattern is pretty simple. It's just getting it sometimes. Let's confirm that I get the last cyber elf from him. Yes, I do. Okay. So, let's try doing that without dying. If I can do that, I'm satisfied. It doesn't have to be a perfect 100-point S rank, it just has to be without dying. Ah, okay. Uh-huh. Didn't get hit by that. Didn't get hit by that. Oh, and I forgot to equip Thunder Element. There we go. Oh, the stupid ceiling there is obnoxious. Get rid of that. Get under that one pretty easily. I'll have to take that one. It's fine. That didn't look like it hit me, though. Whatever, game. Ah. The stage is difficult to not take damage on. No, I can't get over that. I can get under this, though. Oh my gosh, these tanks. There's both our cyber elves. Let's get out of here. There's one problem though, I don't have full health. Urgh. The stage is harder than the boss. Stop with the boomerangs, please. Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's the ideal strat. Ah, not that. I think I got it though. I think I got a plan though. If I run away from him, he'll do his charge dash, and I can jump over that, and it will avoid the boomerang. Oh my gosh, what? I hate these things so much. Like, If they weren't invincible, it would make so much more sense. But now I'm just taking damage from everything. Ah. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on. The pause from collecting health made it so I couldn't shoot. What is that? How much health do they have? Get out of here. There we go. Now we're talking. I think. Get out of here. Okay, much better. Much better, please. Much more health. So if I can get this guy out of my way, I can just run to the corner, force him to dash at me. You are gonna give me some space, right? Okay, maybe not then. Fine, I'll cut you in half. Okay, fine. Didn't die, that's all I need. But now, we have an escape sequence. Part of the variety in this game that I really appreciate. This game actually tried very hard to have a lot of different types of missions in it, from escape sequences to stealth sections, all kinds of stuff. The only unfortunate part is, what I said earlier, this blocks off our best farming route. It takes it away from us forever. Big fruit doesn't taste as good as small fruit? Small fruit is sweeter. Are you saying like in general or just some fruit you have? Let's see how I did. 93? It's an S rank. I'll take it. I'll just take it. In general, huh? Well, I'm not exactly a fruit connoisseur. But that sounds about right. Oh, that's fine. So now we can go down here and get the triple rod. So the triple rod is useful for exactly two things. This and this. It is otherwise completely useless. The fact that it's got omnidirectional attacking like this is really its only saving grace. Otherwise, just use the Z-Saber. But it's very good for reaching certain things that are in hard-to-reach places. Real quick, I would just like to mention something. Strictly just mention it. This little girl here, Alouette. She's more important to the story than she appears. Like, in 0-1, she's nothing but just like an NPC that you can talk to. But she ends up becoming more and more important later. You'll see how. But she's a nobody right now. I just want to point out that she's in this game. Anyhow, so I'll do more farming and grinding off stream later. But for now, let's see, I don't think we got any cyber elves that require raising, so that's good. For now, and we're still S rank, so that's good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and save that. So now the next mission we have to do is even more frustrating than that one. All the really hard, frustrating missions are in the beginning of this game. So, I mean, I guess we could do Occupy Factory, but that's not necessarily a step up. Find the shuttle. This mission is a pain. A gigantic pain. So, there are 5 cyber elves in it. The cyber elves aren't really hard to, they're not hard to get. The mission itself just sucks to try and get an A or S rank on. So, this could take some time. So, some of the abducted Reploids seem to have hijacked an enemy transport plane and have now escaped. But the plane disappeared over the desert. There's a desert in this game. Might have crash landed. Sent our scouts to look for them, but there's lots of enemies in the desert, so we have to go to their rescue. And remember, all the areas in this game are interconnected, so like back behind this person here is a route back to the base. So like this desert area becomes accessible to us. Like we can actually just go here off, you know, outside of a mission. Once we complete this and another mission. The jumping spin slash is super ridiculously useful to protect you from vultures and basically whatever else might come your way. Also, let's see if I can do it. The triple rod being useful right there. I'm gonna set that up on my sub weapon and have the Z-Saber be my primary weapon here. Now here's gonna come apart right here. I gotta get rid of this guy and make sure to get this cyber elf up here. And got the cyber elf from the vulture, so that's 3 cyber elves, 1 from the snakes, 1 from the vulture, and 1 from that tank right there. Let me just... Ah, yes, okay. There's 2 left. We get 1 from breaking the traps. Oh, yeah, this thing. Wait, can I kill this with... I can, okay. No, but yeah, those rocks are gonna cause me to take damage. Get out of here. Oh, what? Straight down, please. There we go. Just pogo dance on him. There's our Cyber Elf for that. And we're going to switch to Buster Shot for this thing. Because I don't want to take damage from rocks randomly. We can slash this one and this one. And now, boss time. With a pretty obvious name like Anubis, it's easy to know what he'll probably be doing. Calls us an old timer. But our moves are less stale than his. He just keeps using his little sandcastle move to bring up these pillars over and over again. As long as you hit him twice with the charge attack, he will constantly reset. If you don't, he's actually a really hard boss. But he's kind of a joke if you just know where to go and just hit him like that. Okay. And Cyber Elf. So that's the last of the Cyber Elves that we need. Now comes the irritating part. Our mission score is based on helping this guy. I'm surprised they didn't hide a Cyber Elf on like the back of his plane or anything. This guy cannot get off screen for even a second without immediately falling behind. So you have to keep him on screen at all times. And you have to take the bottom route. Actually, this is what I should be doing. I should be doing my short spins. There we go. Spinny. This will protect me and him from vultures, too. He can die. He did die in our first attempt. Yeah, so I'm not going to get full mission score for this, for sure. Because you have to be extra careful. And keep in mind, this is also while you have to worry about time. If you're not fast enough, you get a lower score as well. So it's kind of a trade-off, and an ugly one at that. But I'm still doing better than I did on my first run. That's for sure. Like, this is still infinitely better than what I did before. Just having the spin slash here to act as kind of an umbrella is super useful. Almost off-screened him by accident there. Just a little more. Just a little bit more. Here's this tank right here, just kind of sitting out here. This modern tank just kind of sitting out in the desert as a wreck. In this semi-post-apocalyptic future here. Yeah, it does look a little silly. It does look a little silly, but It's what we gotta do to get him through here. Yeah, A rank. Wow. Yeah, this is part of the reason I wanted S rank through the previous missions, because our ranking is gonna tank on this one. I'm not replaying that. That mission sucks. Like, it really does. Like, the idea of an escort mission like that, I don't necessarily disagree with, but without the spin slash, that level is just obnoxious, and it's still pretty annoying even with it. So yeah, it's that's not a mission that I want to replay. It's not worth it. A rank is still good enough. But also, I really love that pogo that we can do. We can just, like, pogo stick off of enemies. It's really fun. Anyway, we got all the desert. We got all the desert ones. Got the one from the boss, the one from the eagles, the one from the snakes, the one from the box, and the one from the traps. So we got all those. Now I think, do we get the shield boomerang here? Because if we do, I created a new weapon for you. It's called the shield boomerang. I'm standing inside you, but that's fine. Here we go. So we got the shield boomerang now. The shield boomerang is exactly what it says. It's a shield, it reflects bullets, and we can throw it like a boomerang. Now, real quick, I would just like to show off, how shall we say, how well this game is programmed. Okay, in all honesty, the programming for this game is it's okay, but it definitely has a few spots that could, how shall we say, use improvement. Allow me to demonstrate to you the absolute best way to rank up your shield boomerang to tier 3. The different ranks just allow you to throw the shield boomerang further. Let's see, there's a specific timing you have to get. Hold on. There we go. So the boomerang is supposed to come back to you, but it misses you just slightly and just continues to go around forever. And because it's killing enemies, you can just level it up forever. Like like it just levels up to max from here. The only real unfortunate part about this is that it's not getting us any E-crystals, because this enemy has no drops. This is a well-programmed game. Well-programmed. Actually, this is one of the few instances of it breaking. But, see, there you go. Like, see, it actually does level up our shield. It actually leveled up our shield. Now we get more range. And you get the idea. Like, I'm not actually going to sit here until it ranks up to level 3, although it didn't take very long. Maybe I should. I'll give it a few more kills to see if it actually will, but like, I can still pause, switch main weapons. As long as I still have the shield boomerang on one of my weapon slots, it'll just keep doing this. Okay. Not gonna wait forever, though. Here's some more fun. The top of this enemy is invulnerable. So that means we can just use our triple rod as a pogo stick. Forever. Oh yeah, this is why the triple rod is considered useless. This is stage 1. This is stage 2. Stage 3 just extends it one more time. You get a third attack, and it just extends a little further. But here's the thing, you can't move while doing this. You're completely rooted while doing this, so like, it's not a very useful weapon outside of its ability to poke straight down and straight up, especially. So, yeah. These two weapons, not nearly as good as the sword and buster here. But there you go. Just some fun stuff and some E-crystals. So next up, I figure it's time to occupy the factory, I believe. So that I can get the flame chip, which is useful for fighting Staggeroff in the finding the hidden base stage that we have to do. So as soon as I can get to the trans server, like you can hear just the Resistance base music playing right now. So this is off mission. We're just kind of wandering around the map. That's honestly one of the things that this game needs in order to really be a polished Metroidvania. It needs a map, but there is none. There is no map. All these areas, these big areas, they're interconnected, but there's no way to know exactly where you are, or like if the map, shows any hidden items or weapons, or like most Metroidvanias have a map, and this has no map. Just a weird little thing. Let's see if I have any cyber elves to feed. Yes, I do. Here's a cyber elf that would be a sub-tank if I could actually use it. But I can't because I want to get 100%. Okay. So, yeah. Resistance base. Let's save our game and go take out the factory boss. Step 1, always save game. Always save game. Now, occupy factory, because we need the flame chip. Our stock of palladium E-crystals is running out. Everybody's arc reactors are going to shut down without them. If we could use the abandoned factory, we could generate the energy. Maybe it's a nuclear plant. I don't know. Actually, maybe this is a future where, like, the Earth's nuclear fuel supply is run out or something. Who knows? But the boss guarding the factory is too strong for us to gain control of it. Of course we'll kill a boss. Of course we will. Like, that's what Zero does best. Now, 1 second. Cyber elves in this one. Oh, this is another 7 cyber elf stage. Great. Great. Okay. Well, this thing right here, we need to destroy a bunch of these. 5 to be exact. That's actually It seems like I think actually every enemy cyber elf, you just have to kill exactly 5 copies of the enemy. But the trick is, I have to kill them relatively fast. Now the advantage to this mission seems to be that a lot of the cyber elves are well, that's not the right thing to do. A lot of the cyber elves seem to be in boxes that we can come and get later, so I don't have to worry about missing them so much. So let's not jump through that. Let's be smart and blow these up with our gun. I don't know why I was trying to jump slash those earlier. Doesn't make any sense to do that. Trying to figure out what enemy is the cannon hopper here. Yeah, I don't know why people wouldn't try to go to space, but oh, I'll take that. So that's one. I'm looking at a list here. Hold on. Because I really need to make sure I get all of these. Got the shielded enemies. Got the spiders. The one in the air vent I got, but I could have gotten that anytime. Right, the worker bots. Hole in the wall. On easy to miss platform. Yeah, most of these. Okay, I just need these, whatever these cannon hoppers are. And I have a sad feeling they're actually back here. I need to confirm something. I'm going to have to replay this mission, but I need to confirm this in order to get 100%. I've got to confirm something. Am I going to have to... What are these cannon hoppers exactly? This is what... Okay. Yep. Those enemies right there. I have to get those. And they're only in that spot. Great. I hope there's one by the entrance I can just kill without triggering the shutter. It's like I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. So there's 7 cyber elves, but a lot of them are thankfully tucked away in containers that we can come back and get later. So we just have to worry about the enemy cyber elves here. Oop. There we go, got this. Now, unfortunately, I have to go straight forward. If we get spotted by a security camera, yeah, there they are, then the shutter up ahead will close. But we're only here for this thing. We are only here for the cyber elf that we get from this. And then we're going to immediately say nope to all that stealth nonsense. And take the hidden air vent that I took earlier because that's way easier. No need to stress out. There we go. And now for the hardest part of this stage. This part sucks because of these guys. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ah, I could have landed safely if I hadn't gone crazy. Okay. So Avalon, you probably remember this stage with its ridiculously long bottomless pit down there. Might take a minute. I'm not too concerned about, like, getting the best rank. But dying super screws me over, so I need to not die. There we go. That one, and we have to watch this cutscene, unfortunately. There's no way to skip this. Another polishing detail that could have been handled better. Also, I need to make sure I get the spider one. That would be a shame to forget that one. To get this. Not get hit by that. I do kind of like the music in this stage. It's very different. Mega Man's always been known for having good music. Just the whole series. Alright. So let's remember to use the Buster to clear out those other enemies. And then I think there's more spiders up ahead. I can get the last... Yeah, that's right. There definitely is. I'm gonna use the Buster here, like a smart person. Get that Cyber Elf and kill those guys in my way at the same time. There we go. There we go. That corner jump is annoying. We can use the triple rod here to get rid of these little light bulb things. Like, what are these? Like, what could they possibly be? I mean, they're obviously obstacles, but still. They're very strange obstacles. Oh, come on. Oh. He would come down just then, wouldn't he? Dang it. He would come down right then. And I was even spin slashing too. That was the part that really got me. It's like I was spin slashing and for some reason, it still didn't. It didn't kill him. Instead, he hit me, and suddenly, yeah, also hitting him suddenly means I run out of all of, like, I lose all my momentum. and get knocked into the pit because, you know, that's how physics work. Like when you get hit in midair, you just lose all your momentum. Okay. I made it further. This time I won't play so greedy with that one spider. This game really punishes you for being greedy. In case you haven't noticed. And I should have known better. Should have known that jump wouldn't work. Find some way to screw me over. There we go. That's right, I actually need to kill these. A little damage here and there, I'm not concerned about it. Skip the elevator ride. Switch to Buster. Ow. Get hit by that anyway. That's not fair. I disagree. There we go. So I have all the enemy cyber elves, which means like these containers, like these ones in the container, I am far less concerned about because they don't, like I can come get these anytime. Alright, but this time... going to actually take advantage of our Buster here. Make sure that all the spiders on the roof there are gone. Yes, I do! I like this game mainly for the second and third installments, though, in the series. Alright. Now, let's see if I can beat this boss without too much grief. This is like the first, like the Zero series is the first series in the Mega Man game. Actually, it's the only series. What am I saying? It's the only series in the Mega Man, universe that actually has a story that goes from game to game, like an actual continuing story. Like a proper one. Oh gosh, yeah, that's right. I'm an A rank, so it's gonna do this nonsense. Ugh. I forgot about that extra attack. I forgot what it was. Uh-oh. This guy's starting to give me grief. Oh, come on. What's that attack pattern? I'm gonna need to practice this guy, I can already tell. Kinda glad he doesn't come back again. Oh, that's right, actually I can attack those heads If I want to. Yeah. This is gonna take some time. I need to practice this boss, or he's gonna keep wrecking me over and over again. What would be best against him? Strangely enough, I remember the shield boomerang being at least decent here. Because it hits those heads as well. Let me test a few things. Okay, I do know how to deal with this attack, though. Just do that. Okay, but if I just stand here and... these heads get destroyed eventually. Oh, and it just... I see. It does this on a recurring pattern, doesn't it? At least I can reflect its shots back at it, deal chip damage. That's nice. That's why I remember the shield boomerang being a thing here. Okay. These heads are sturdier than I thought. So just killing them outright's probably not an option. Can I mess with him using, like... Can I mess with him using the Buster? I need a strategy for this boss. I mean, here's part one, obviously. Oh. He did it another time. He did it again. I didn't expect that. Oh. Oh, he just does that whenever I'm too far away, huh? Okay. The Buster strategy's not working out as well as I would have hoped. Like, I was trying to... He's bobbing up and down so much. Anytime you want to stop doing that attack. Oh, and his heads are getting in the way. And you're just gonna do this like 2 or 3 times, aren't you? Just every time I get out of your range, you're gonna punish me for that, aren't you? Okay. Well, we can't have that. That's gonna take all day. So, alright, so the Buster strategy's out. Yeah, see, that even that didn't hit him. Come on. That's just not nice. Do you really need to do this 4 times? There we go. Jeez. Actually, I think this is the strat. I think the shield boomerang is the strat here. Because I can stand just outside his range, it arcs up just enough to hit him, and it blocks his... I'm basically out of danger. His attacks aren't hitting me. The only real concern is that I can't dash while I'm using the shield. Oh my gosh, that is the actual strat. Okay, well. Found the strategy for him. Well, this game does force you to use all the weapons they give you, even if they're not as useful as the sword and buster combo. At least the shield boomerang has a place where it's most convenient, and the triple rod has a couple little niche places as well. So they do kind of sort of force you to use all your weapons. So that's good. That's good game design. You should never give your player weapons that they never have a good chance to use. All right. The more I play this game, the more my enjoyment of it seems to depend less and less on nostalgia, which is a good thing. Come on. Three, 4, 5. All right. Let's see if I can get through this without having to replay this stage again. There's 2 over there. I don't need all of them. All right. Buster time. Got that. And I can actually do that. I probably should have been doing that instead of doing the weird corner jump the whole time. Triple rod is just good for reaching those weird places. It's too bad it's not useful for actually dealing lots of damage. That's the one weakness. Uh-huh. I see that. Trying to get me with a spider. It's not gonna happen. All right. So, the shield boomerang is the hero of this party. Let's see how this goes. This boss has a triple health meter. Just gonna do like this. And now it will finally come out of its shell here. Can get 2 hits on it. Ah! I didn't expect it to do that again. But it always does it 4 times. Aha, there we go. So I need to make sure I stand under it like this, and that way it will actually turn and not do the bullet attack. And just stand. Oh, no, it's doing the bullets again. No, no, no. Oh, and then it just cut right out of it. Okay, well, fine then. Be that way. go. Working out so much better than before. He's just taking his time doing this attack over and over again. At least I won't need to replay the stage or anything. There we go. Nice. It took forever, but I took basically no damage. And now the flame chip, finally. Yes, he did. He got blowed up. Yeah, 88. Yeah. Super slow. 10 points for speed instead of 20. Ouch. But we did pretty good on everything else. Only 7 damage. I could have had a perfect there. That's fine. 88 is fine. We'll take an A rank. Good enough. Oh! And the mid-boss stage. The intermission stage, I should say. Yeah, we'll save. Okay, so Neo Arcadia decides to send a giant mechanoloid bomb thing at us. Why they don't just drop it directly on the base, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I don't know for sure that's an option. All right. So the intermission, if I'm not mistaken, only has one that I have to worry about, right? I think. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's only one that I have to worry about here. Like, you can hear him helicoptering this thing in, so why don't they just helicopter it right over the base? Because it's basically just a giant bomb. If it reaches the base, it blows up. So why not just build a bomb and drop it on the base? So this thing has 3 weak points and a pilot because we're A rank, which it did not have last time I played this. I'm just gonna get past all this spiky terrain here, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. To make sure to kill a certain number of these little guys here that it spits out. And I have to actually let this thing get past a certain point. There we go. I heard the jingle of the cyber elf. Actually, there we go. It would be better to use Buster here, wouldn't it? This thing, okay. I want shield for this. Oh my gosh, that's right. It's gonna be a pain like that. There we go. So I need it to drill through this wall here a certain amount so that I can get like this area down here opens up now that the mission's over. So I got a 97 on that one, but you notice I'm still level A and not an S rank. It's because your rank is an average. Is an average of all your ranks. So for me to climb back up to S rank is actually really hard once you drop down. So, but that does help our average. Keeps us from sliding into B rank. Okay, so now we have a bunch of cyber elves to clean up in the factory and the one that I just mentioned. And then that's probably going to do it for the stream. By the time I collect them, it's going to be close enough to end time to where I don't think we can fit another mission in. So this big yellow building here at the base of this is our hole. And this area should look familiar because it drops right down into, hey look, this is this train section right here. The electrical wires and everything. It really is one giant integrated map. And as proof of that, if I make it through this door, well, these doors, plural, if I can just get through here, we can get to the factory. Uh-oh. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. What? I thought the factory was up here. Oh no, excuse me. Factory's up here. In here we have a trans server, so now we can fast travel to this area. The subway, hold on. I forget if I actually have to use this in order to keep the warp point. Now I can fast travel to the subway area. But this area just mainly leads up into... Hey, look, here we are, factory. And there's no pesky enemies around. We can collect some energy, much needed. And get those cyber elves that I didn't collect. Oh, yeah, there's tons of energy here. Ooh, I want this. Lots of resistance Reploids hanging out. Now here's the tough part. Ugh. Okay. These things are off, thankfully. But there's two, here's the tricky part. There's two cyber elves up on the wall here that we have to get. So there's this one down here. We have to get this one. We can die and use retries and it won't matter because we're not in a mission. So now that we've beaten the mission, it doesn't actually matter if we fail somehow. All the same, it'd be nice to not die. And we get all this energy right here. I think I actually missed the one that's... I think I actually missed one. Or maybe I didn't. Let me think about it. There are 3? Okay, we already got that one. We got the one in the... Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what I'm thinking about here. No, maybe not. These things being here don't make much sense. Still don't know what they are. Okay, and there's one in here. Nice little hidden area. And I could have swore there was another one. We're back here at the starting point. Let me think about it. I got those 3. I got the one in the... No, actually, I think that actually is everything. Let me look at the list one more time, but I think that might be it. Yeah, actually, that's it. Okay, so we got all the ones in the factory. We got, the one in the hidden area down in the subway there. We also picked up a ton of E-crystals, which is nice. And we're well on our way to 100%. Let's just take the vent out. Yeah, because there's more E-crystals in here. Of course! Factory is just full of them. Alright, let's head off to the Resistance base to save our game, and then that's probably gonna do it for the night. Like, it is a little bit early, but the mission after this is a bit long, so I don't want to push it. Let me... Oh, wait, actually, there's one more elf to get. Just one more. So this is actually part of the laboratory mission that I forgot. So after you complete retrieve the data, there's another cyber elf to be had. This area is closed off forever, but this area over here is now open, and it's really small. Just has one cyber elf in it. You can only get this after you complete retrieve the data, so this jump is hard. I'm about to just give up and use triple rod, but it'd be nice if I could get that energy too. So these corner jumps are really tricky. There we go, but I got it. All right. All right. I could go for some health, but I think it gives me full health. Well, no, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be doing grinding anyway. So are there any cyber elves that I need to level up that I have enough to afford leveling up? Might as well show that on stream. Yeah, there's some. Oh, dear. So 1,000 to get her to tier 2. $2,000 for tier 3. Now she would be usable, except I can't use her. She doubles our health, so Zero gets pretty crazy overpowered real quick in this game. If you like use all these cyber elves, you actually get really, really overpowered. And I can't even do both of these right here. I don't even have enough E-crystals to do this. Wow. Okay, well, hence the grinding. Can I level him up? 400? Yeah, I can do him. Okay. So just gonna save the game here, and that's gonna be it. It's a few minutes early, but eh. Like I said, not enough time for a whole nother mission. I'll save again just because I'm paranoid like that. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, Avalon. I enjoy your company, as always. Thank you all for coming. I will see you all not Thursday night, Friday night for more. My schedule is going to be changing soon. Just a forewarning. Starting next week, I have a new position. The schedule for which is going to keep me busy at night, on nights a little bit. So the nights that I am free, I'm probably going to be streaming more. But they'll be, like, less frequent. So, like, right now, my schedule's set up to where I stream, or at least I'm supposed to stream four times a week. But I might have to knock that down to 3, but I'll stream longer. So I'll stream from like 4 or 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Well, see, that's the trick. Because it's a new position, I don't know that my schedule's entirely stable yet. But for next week, it's going to be Thursday and Saturday for sure. At least I'm pretty sure it's Thursday and Saturday. Like, I hope so. Like, the schedule's not set in stone yet because they're, like, adjusting everyone's hours so that they can get a fixed thing. But Thursday for sure will be a lot. I might end up streaming on Sunday as well. So watch out for that. If you're following me on Twitter or on Instagram, or honestly, if you're following me on Twitch is supposed to send notifications, so like, but my point is, it could be any time. Monday is also possible. I might do a short stream on Monday because I get home at 5, so I might be able to do a normal stream, like 6 to 9 like I normally do. And of course, all these times are in Mountain Time. So I might be able to do that, but then, like, I know for a fact that my Tuesday and Wednesday are completely taken up, as well as Friday. I think they gave me a shift on Friday would keep me for way too late to even bother streaming. So those days aren't going to be a thing. I'll definitely make mention of this again for Friday stream and Saturday stream. I will try as much as I can to keep you all updated on exactly when I'm going to be streaming. It's just that for a little while, it might be like a day-by-day thing where it's just like, okay, I'm going to stream Friday, I'm going to stream Saturday, and then I'm going to stream Sunday. I might have to actually tell you guys what my next streaming date will be one day at a time for a little while, is what I'm saying. At least until the schedule settles down, and then hopefully I'll have regular hours and I'll be able to type out a regular schedule. Just be aware that that's coming up, along with Ori 2 on March 11th, so not too long from now. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out, and have a good night.